G'day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the Rising Battle Begins, basically for Super Buu. So this is a relatively old event, but as always I like to cover everything at least once on the channel. So this is a relatively old event where you can basically acquire yourself a copy of Gohan. So this is kind of the original Super Buu. Now we have the Fierce Fight one, but this was the kind of first event exclusive one, and you could acquire your hands on a Buu fused with Gohan, you know, a Buuhan or whatever you want to call them. But yes, basically this was pretty straightforward. Rising battles are fairly simple concepts. Basically there is a ton of stages, and you basically beat those stages and you're basically ready to go. So it's a pretty simple concept, I would guess, but yeah, it can obviously need a little bit of explanation. There are some battle bonus characters, one of them being the Legends Road Gotenks, so I suggest you grab him if you need a guide on how to get him. I have recently put one up on the channel, so hopefully that's able to help you. Now of course, Gotenks is pretty straightforward to get, so that should help solve your problems. And the missions for the Rising Battle for Gohan are also pretty decent. So there's quite a lot of decent rewards, and they're pretty easy to get when you take a look at them. Also, once you complete the Gohan event, you will have 50 of his keys, and you can essentially do his like little extra missions, which will unlock even more of his Z power, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, pretty straightforward stuff, really cool. And yeah, for me, honestly, just good stuff in general. So doing his event is, as I said, very straightforward. You'll do 5 stages, and then every 5 stages you'll have a bigger battle where you will take on, you know, a couple enemies and things like that. So in general, it's just basically a super simple kind of system. So you don't really have to think too hard or do anything too crazy. Obviously, change your typings if you feel it's entirely necessary, but in reality, you should be more than fine. I can't see, you know, anyone like struggling with this concept, especially nowadays. It's relatively straightforward for most people to kind of complete, you know, and do these events. So yeah, simple stuff. Beyond that, it's relatively straightforward. The battles don't require too much in the way of like understanding. They're not, you know, how can I say, they're not like hyperdimensional co-op battles or anything like that. They're not even remotely that hard, and the AI is not nearly as gimped or overpowered as they tend to get in later events. So you should be pretty good to go. Just try and work your way through it. It can be a little bit tedious, so don't be scared like to auto battle it, but also, you know, don't waste too much time. Like yeah, I would just auto battle the whole thing, realistically speaking. But yeah, there's some really good rewards here, some super valuable stuff as well, which I think is always great. Chrono crystals, which a lot of people obviously like. And yeah, in general, just super simple stuff. As I mentioned, the Legends Road Gotenks is available, but there's plenty of other battle bonus characters. And honestly, with the power creep since the event first came out, you don't even really actually have to like do battle bonus characters. Like you'll be able to do this event no problem. So yeah, basically just get your hands on it, get going, and get your hands on those extra chrono crystals, as well as Gohan, who you can use for other event exclusive things. So hopefully that should be able to help you. But beyond that, that basically covers everything you need to know. There's not too much else. If you've done Rising Battle before, you've basically done this one, so I can't see you having that many problems. Just try not to, you know, like think too hard. This is a very straightforward process. And just remember your keys. You'll be getting one every stage, not just every 5. Eventually you'll have enough to unlock the bonus missions, but the bonus missions are just to get them from 7 star to 7+. And once you've unlocked them, you unlock them permanently, and should be a relatively straightforward process. for you to max star him. So honestly, you shouldn't really have that many issues, but of course, if you do have issues, you can always leave a comment, and I will gladly assist you, as always. It just makes life a lot easier. Beyond that, please remember as well that he uses his own Rising Souls, and you can only obtain these from the event as well. So obviously, you are going to have to do the event and obtain the souls from there if you are looking at, maxing him out and fully soul boosting him. Beyond that though, there's nothing else really to mention. He doesn't have a Zenkai yet, so maybe that'll happen one day. But that's going to be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.